Good afternoon, family and friends, brothers and sisters, and all my subscribers. Um, Today, I'm indoors. It's been rainy and cold for the last couple of days, so I didn't get out to the field. But what I did do is I found a bag that doesn't have a kit. And I got to thinking, what if you had some type of container, like a tool bag to throw everything in, that you could transfer from bag to bag, because you never know what's going to happen with the situation out there. If we're losing water and electric, plan on having a month and a half, 2 months worth of food and water. Knowing how to treat water, have that. Just to be prepared. Be prepared if you're in traffic and 4 guys get out in front of you in a car with weapons. What are you going to do? Leave enough room. If you can see the tires in front of you, you have enough room to get around and drive around it if you can. Make sure you have enough room to back up. Things like that. Situation awareness. We're taught in the military. But what I want to talk to you about is being complacent. Now, I lost where it was, 32. So I'm going to read to you from Proverbs 132. For the waywardness of the naive will kill them, and the complacency of fools will destroy them. So, I've always said train, keep your head on a swivel, things like that. The Boy Scouts used to say be prepared. But always know your surroundings, always know what situation you're going to be in. Look at the news. I watch some conspiracy theorists, and sometimes this one guy's right. Jack Richland from Black Scout Survival. But he's spot on. I've gotten away from watching some of these bushcrafters because it's the same stuff, But in today's society now, you really need to be aware of what's going on and what could happen. Because who's to say, leaving our borders open for 2 years, that sleeper cells for not even Al-Qaeda now, it's Hezbollah, could come in. Now, last week I told you about a list that the FBI put out of known places where Hezbollah is living. And it's not just that anymore. It's Palestinians and people that hate Americans and hate Jewish people. That's a prejudice. It's ignorance. But there are people out there that do that. So today, I put together here some of the things I had in my basic kit, and let's see how close I was to having everything, and see what you can just find around your house to put in, a tool bag or a Ziploc bag that you can transfer from item to item, or from bag to bag. Women have these things called kangaroos, where they just do these pouches from purse to purse, which is a great idea. In my EDC, because of the way the EDC is designed, it's designed as a cooler, there's only one zipper. So things could fall out to one side. So I have all these pouches that I have basically anything I need. If I have a sinus issue, if I have a cold, if I have a cut, if I have throat issues, if any situation, if I have cramps, from working out, anything I have, if I have, joint pain or any nerve pain, I have, medicine. And like in this kit, I put this vial of medicine in here, and it's got Tylenol and ibuprofen in it, because that's pretty much what you're going to need, So I have 3 of these bags, I think. I grabbed a handful. I have 4. Okay, so let's start with some cover. And these are, part of the 10Cs. So these are 2 mil trash bags. I wish there were 6. I wish they were, stronger. But I have not only this, I have the rubber band. So I can actually use that for a poncho, cover, all kinds of stuff. Now, I would like to have a tarp, So, I would love to have, one of my GI tarps here. But I only have one. So, and that goes on my LBE. But that's small to throw in there. But, a tarp, these would keep, I can fill those with leaves and keep me up off the ground if I'm wearing everything that I'm going to run away in, because you never know what situations you're going to be. You should have a bag in every car. You should have a bag in every what I call war room of your house. So we're going to throw those drum liners in there, and we're going to throw these Ziploc bags in there. Okay, so we're going to skip over some containers right now. The next thing you're going to want to throw in there is a cotton shirt. Now, this was my attempt of tie-dye, so I don't care if I lose it or if it doesn't work out for me, because that is not only going to keep me warm, signaling, fire, I could use it to make more charred cloth. You're going to want to have a headlight. Now the batteries are dead on this. I know I need to replace the batteries, but what I need to do is just throw batteries in there and some kind of flashlight. Now this one worked about 10 seconds ago. So this one also has red flashing. It has a flashlight. I mean, it's not very bright, but it's a way to have light. Again, need to throw batteries in there. So that's cover, cotton, and candling device. The other thing I have here is a little compass. This was out of my dad's toolbox. I have my brother's knife here, which I'm not going to stick in the bag because that's going to go in this bag. Now again, I could throw everything in here, but it's easier to throw it in this bag here. Now that bag there I use, it's my scout bag because I have all my maps in it. I can throw all my documents in it, and I have a pair of binoculars in there. Now, one of the things that I like to do before I put a lighter in there is get some cordage. I have extra cordage. I have cordage laying around here all the time. So this is like a 2.5, 3 foot piece. I just want to make a slip knot here. I don't need a lot on the tail end, but I can also make a stop knot here. Maybe. I ain't leave enough. Or I could cut it off. Whatever you want to do, it's up to you. But the main thing is you want to have some type of loop there that you can release. So what I do is I take it and I put it around the gas so I can not have the gas. The other thing is it still has that. It still has the spark. And then I can wrap it around here. So I have cordage, some cordage. And then I can take, watch out for that thing. It's a cargo needle. I could take some duct tape because me carrying a whole roll, or a whole roll, is not going to fit into there, right? And the bushcrafters have 1-inch duct tape. That's great. Like I said, I'm getting away from that because this is more on the lines of survival. And, you know, grabbing a pack that I haven't used in a while and trying to use a lighter to start a fire, and the gas is all out of it, it's kind of depressing. So, so I have that. I can throw that in there. The other thing is you can get cordage from Walmart, wherever, and you can throw that in there. So it's getting kind of full. I think I'm going to take the shirt out and kind of set it to the side. And I hope you can see this. Let me make sure. Okay, that's better. So here's the cordage. Now, I don't want to just throw this in there. As you can see, I'm getting full, so I might want to grab another one of these. And maybe throw a shirt in here, because I got a little bit of extra stuff in here. Obviously, the containers won't fit, but they'll fit in my backpack. So let's just work out of this guy right now. So I just threw my compass in there. Next thing we're gonna need is, you can use a little pocket knife. And one thing that I saw this guy do, I thought it was very, very cool. Now, he used a 800 grit sandpaper, and this thing was dull as crap, and I had to oil it because, you know, it's been 30 years since I used it. But he's actually, if you can find the right bevel, he was using a block, you know, 800 grit sandpaper. This is 1,000 to sharpen the knife, and I was surprised how sharp it got. So this may be one of the things you want to carry in your kit, maybe not, I don't care. So that's cutting. Also, I have this, which would go on my side. I sharpen this the same way. It's just a good way to do it, so I don't have to get out my sharpening kit. And then if I have time, you know, I get out my 6000 and my strop, and I can sharpen it. Once you get to know the bevel on your knife, it's easy. And while I'm out in the field, I could use that to, you know, put a nice sharper edge on it. So I'm going to wear that. But so the next thing I want to talk about here, so we've got different containers here. Now, this is a praline container, and this is actually one of the first ones I used for my combustible. So I threw some wood in there. I don't need that much now because I know how to start a fire. That one's a long one. Let's put a short one in. Magnesium with the ferrocerium rod. Throw that in there. So I'm all into kits. And then some magnesium fire starter. The other thing I had in there is a couple of these Cheetos. So I'm going to throw some Cheetos in there. And these are things just to help you with fire. A little bit of jute twine. So I've got, you know, pretty much that. I could throw this candle in there to not only I could pull the trash bag over my head, use the candle to heat my body, you know. But one of the things, I also have a magnet for this. So that's a pretty good start on a fire kit. I could throw some other stuff in there if I wanted to, but stand by. Sorry about that. Family is very important. So we're still in the combustible phase. So the other thing I had in here is this bag. Now a lot of these are dry. So you know me, I'm always into petroleum jelly with cotton. And I put a big glob on there and I shove it in there because these aren't all the way. I think they dried up in that bag. So you got to check your kits. You know, you should be using it every weekend, but you don't use every kit every weekend. Like, I try to trade mine out between my hiking kit and I use my EDC obviously every day. I try to trade out between my hiking kit and my bug out kit, and I don't fully have everything in my bug out kit because it's probably around 50 pounds now, maybe more, because of ammo. And some of the places that we hike, I don't even take my hiking bag. I have a first aid kit with, fire starter in it. Now, as one of the places we hiked, we started a fire, and I looked in my bag and I took all that stuff out. It was in my backpack. Now, I had a ferrocerium rod, I had a lighter, so we were able to find enough material to do this, and I'll show you some pictures of that and throw it into this video. But I actually didn't start the fire. Jesse's daughter did, which was pretty awesome. Everybody's trying to add to it and help out, but that doesn't help the fire when everybody's throwing stuff on it. So me included. It really didn't help Arabella for that. But the next time we start a fire, we'll have to take care of that. I gotta get a rag here. So, wintertime, all my stuff, my real world stuff, goes into my house, goes into my war room. Now, the other part of my fire kit obviously will not fit in there, but I fit in this main compartment here. This main piece. Actually, I'm sorry, my OCD is really getting to me right now. So, all these little things, they all have to go into one. And then I've got cover and cotton in here all together. And I'm going to go ahead and close that up because I'm OCD. Anyhow, now, the other part to help with a kit is I have another lighter in here. And the way I did this one is I had the tape loose, the cargo tape loose, and I have a jute twine around here. So all I do is push that up, and there's no way of this thing lighting. Now the jute twine's still under there, and obviously that's why I started using bank line. But I have jute twine in here, and I have a little candle. Do I need this one? Yeah, because I like to have char material. Now I got wood and cotton in there, so I got charcoal and cotton. So if I happen to come across two boards, or if I split a board, and I'm going to try this out. I saw it again the other day. I realized I never tried it. Where you take cotton and you spread that out with charcoal and you roll it up and you do a friction between the two boards, and it should light. You should get an ember. So so you could put into a bird's nest. I gotta wipe this off. So now we've got that covered, and we've got our kit. Now, this cargo needle really doesn't fit anywhere. Woo! So I think what I had it is taped onto the side here. Right there. So I'm going to go ahead and retape that. I got petroleum jelly all over my finger. Don't be stingy with the tape. And all your extra tape here, I keep it all in one little bundle. I could throw that in my fire kit and I will have fire starter for a long time. So that's going to go in there. So that pretty much covers it other than containers. This was a sports container that I can use to boil water. And if I had to use my golden chalice and destroy that, I would. But the good thing about these is this fits here, and this just looks like a regular bag, you know. This will fit here, and they'll wonder why I have tape on it. I could also put things in here, like if I had extra jute twine or extra cordage, you know. I don't think the jute twine will fit, but if I had extra cordage, I could throw that in there. Just about anything I want, right? Because you're making the kit, so you can throw it. You could throw. I've had knife in here, along with all my fire starting stuff. So the next thing I really want to talk to you about, and you could throw this in there too if you wanted to. Anything to save room, right? Next thing I really want to talk to you about is first aid. I have in this one, if I can get it open, I just taped it. So this has hand sanitizer, Blistex or lip balm, and some fire starter that came with my flint and steel. So not only you can protect your lips and you can sanitize your hands, you can also start a fire with it. That's why it's under first aid. So I have tweezers, various needles, and I do have a suture needle which goes along with this. One day I will bring this kit out and use it on some chicken or something. The other thing you could throw in there is safety pins, and you never know when you're going to need, you know, a paper clip. I've never seen people put paper clips in there, but when I have to bind something together, I need a piece of wire. That's perfect for it. The last thing I'm going to tell you about is a Right in the Rain. So if you're out and about, and a pen that works, you know, I'm pretty sure this does. It does. So you want to throw that in there just in case you're making notes. You know, I went 50 paces, 20 degrees or whatever, and you could use it for kind of like ranger beads too by doing hash marks. My LBE has ranger beads. No, my bandolier has ranger beads on it. You could throw extra twine in there. You know, my choice would be this and paracord. Something like this, which Ridgeline ready. So if you had a tarp and paracord, it's Ridgeline ready. But depending on your situation, if you're just grabbing your bag and leaving and you're trying to get home, is one thing. If you have to stay overnight, is another. But if you're on the run, this may not be enough stuff, but this is your most important tool. That's all I have for this right now. I gotta get on to tinctures because I forgot that I needed to make them. So I'm gonna pack this stuff up in this bag. Take my binoculars out. So I always put the trash bags and stuff in the bottom, and it kind of, if I roll it in there, it kind of gives me a bottom. And the reason I don't put anything else in this is because the pockets are reserved for ammo. That's just what I do. Oops, forgot my suture material. You could use fishing line too, but it's whatever you prefer. I've never sutured up anything. I have sewn with fishing line, and that may work too. The other thing I carry with me now is hooves here. This goes in my pocket when I go out. But one more thing. I'll just throw that in there for now. So it's a nice light pack. I could grab and go. More importantly, I could run with it. So that's all I have. Oh, one more thing. I forgot about it. Glow sticks. Throw some glow sticks in there too for low light or any light. That'll really save your batteries. But, that's all I have right now. God bless you. Take care. Prepare yourself. Stock up on food, stock up on water. It's 1 gallon per person per day. So that's what they would use to replenish food, dehydrated food, cook rice, cook beans. I think something's going to happen that is going to take out our power. And I hope it doesn't happen, but I want you all to prepare for it. Again, arm yourself, get extra ammo, and just prepare yourself. Don't get so complacent that you're blindsided when the stuff hits the fan. That's what, this is about, preparing for the shift. God bless you. Take care. Train, and I'll catch you all on the flip side.